I'm in Stevenage, the town I grew up in. Actually, I'm outside the house I grew up in. Now I'm here to look at what mark 13 years of a new Labour government has left on Britain, and where better to start than the place I know best, my hometown. Now, Stevenage, created in 1946 in the kind of excitement of a new Labour government in post-war Britain, just 2 years before the NHS, is a new town, created by and large for working class Londoners leaving their bombed out areas after the war. And Stevenage has for a large number of years, for several decades really, been a bellwether constituency. In 79, it went to the Tories. In 97, it went Labour. And so in many ways, as the nation goes, so goes Stevenage. Stevenage was a great place to grow up. It was well provided for by the council. There were play schemes and bowling alley and a swimming pool, and I had a great time here. Of course, it could get rough on a Friday or a Saturday night if you were downtown, but I didn't get a sense it was any better or worse than most places in Britain. But every time I've come back, many people express an anxiety that things have gotten rougher, that public disorder is a real problem, that young people are running wild, that there's drugs and so on. Now, I don't know if this is nostalgia for a golden age that never was, or a moral panic, or whether things really have changed, and that's what I'm here to find out. I went to ask the neighbours I'd known since I was a child. Alan, who lives a few doors down from us, thought things had definitely got worse.
When we came to Stevenage, Stevenage was the place. Everybody came in from the surrounding areas. One of the things that's happened is because they've got this whole centre now, this leisure park, which is full of clubs, restaurants. The kids can tend to group there. My brother's a cabbie, and it's a no-go area. He won't go there. And in fact, a couple of years ago, he experienced some violence. He got badly beaten, just because two lads were arguing over who should be the next one in the cab, fuelled by drinking.
David and Helen, over the road, think it's the same as it ever was.
I don't remember there being much difference between then and now. I used to go drinking down the high street in the 60s and 70s, and you were as much in danger now as then of getting into a fight or into trouble. I don't think it's changed that much, really.
I think there are isolated incidents,
Right.
which make a lot of headlines, and in fact this town is supposed to be safer than a lot of towns.
Sometimes you have to go away and come back to realise what you've left behind. Stevenage is still a great town, and this weekend got even greater when its football team finally made the big leagues. If Britons are living in fear of wayward youth, as some politicians claim, then it's not obvious here. So what do young people think? I asked Charlie, who I've known since he was born and who recently got into a scrape in town. You have titanium in your jaw. You're the only person that I know who has titanium in your jaw. How did it get there?
One step closer to being Wolverine, isn't it? Well, that was because of a stiletto across the face.
A stiletto?
A stiletto. Yeah, basically, somebody came up to me in the street, started trying to start something, started pushing me.
Someone you knew?
Well, it was a friend of a friend. I was out with a large group of people, all out drinking for a friend's birthday, and he swung a punch at me. I backed up, missed. I hit him, he hit me. We were having a little fight, and his girlfriend came up behind me and swung her stiletto across my jaw.
Britain may not be broken, but that doesn't mean that some people can't see some cracks developing.
I think young people should be more respectful
I think it's
to their surroundings. Easy, yeah.
Do you think that's been lost since
Yes.
we were growing up?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Definitely, definitely. Respect for elders, definitely.
Definitely.
Would you say Stevenage can be a rough place?
Never.
No?
No.
You say yes, and you say no. And how about kind of in terms of young people, drinking, disorder, that kind of thing?
I don't have a problem with that, but you've got a lot of Europeans in here now, haven't you?
What, foreigners?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, all the new generation here is just they're taking over basically.
What, the young ones?
Yeah. I mean, I live here for what? I've been here for 7 or 8 years. Before it used to be you can walk around safe. Now, lucky.
They're foreigners.
They're foreigners.
Yeah, you see them hanging around on the corners now.
And do you say Stevenage is becoming a dangerous place?
It's becoming a bit like London. Yeah.
How do you mean?
More gangs and crime and that.
Wouldn't it be nice if our young men didn't swear and say effing this and effing that?
The facts are that crime in Stevenage is going down, but it very much depends on who you talk to as to whether people actually feel that or not. Some people feel it's the same as it ever was. Others that things are getting much worse. Some people blame the government. Other people blame foreigners. But what does seem to be lost is not something as great as public order, but a sense of public civility that now feels like it belongs to a bygone age. In town, celebrations at the team's 1-0 victory over York were getting boisterous. If you look for trouble in Stevenage, you can find it. And if you're not looking for it, it might find you. Over at the leisure park, we saw one person being arrested and several people drunk. Time and again, people that I met in Stevenage insisted that if it is bad, then it's at least no different to any other town in Britain. And that, ultimately, might be the problem.